Hi there, it's Pete here from the Purple House at Forth in northwest Tasmania, and welcome to Water Wellness Wednesday. Today I just want to do a little experiment with the things we drink, measuring the pH. Just because pH of our body is extremely important. Our blood stays at a pH of around 7.35 to 7.45. If it goes beyond those parameters, we get very ill. And the body will keep our blood at those for as long as it can. But when we go for a long run, we build up a lot of acid waste and we become very acidic. One of the ways we get rid of that acid waste is we huff and puff and breathe it off when we're running. No one can run without breathing heavily, and that's breathing off carbon dioxide, which is a breakdown from acid waste. But we are normally just acid producing. Just by living, we produce acid. And so that acid state often promotes a disease state as well. Lots of disease states are produced because of it. Too much acid and aches and pains. Inflammation is often acid buildup in joints, rheumatoid arthritis, acid. Any aches and pains, it's often produced by too much acid in our body. So by making ourselves a bit more alkaline, we can do that by what we drink. And I'm just going to do a bit of an experiment here with the things that we drink. There's Sprite, Hearts water, expensive water, Pellegrino. This is Gatorade, which sports people drink a lot of because they think it's replacing the electrolytes. Just cold spring water, Fiji water, tap water, and then there's Enagic Kangen water, which comes through the Enagic filter. And so I'll pour a little bit in each one, just so you know you can see that it comes out of the bottles I'm talking about. The Hearts water is a favourite of a lot of people to help hydrate. Pellegrino from, I guess it's from Italy. Gatorade. Just a plain old plastic water bottle from Coles. Now the thing about drinking water from plastic, also the plastic leaches into the water, and if we drank just bottled water all the time, we'd be consuming about a credit card's worth of plastic every week. And that goes into our body, which plastic is estrogen producing, so it's not very good for men. And everything is wrapped in plastic these days, and the fertility of men has declined rapidly over the last 50 years. Tap water and then some that's the Enagic water from the water filter. Now what I'm going to do is just test the pH, put a few drops of testing liquid in, and we'll see what colour range comes up. Add 3 drops to each and then mix them up. Okay, so tap water, you can see tap water is about neutral or 6. Now, quite often tap water before, when it's treated, is quite acidic, and they alkalise it by adding calcium carbonate, which gives us far too much calcium. Then if we get acid inflammation in our body, that calcium goes to those areas to calm down the inflammation, and that causes calcification. So that's the arthritic malformations that people get. Now, you can see Sprite is down on 4 or 5. You can see the different ranges. Gatorade, advocate for sports people to replace electrolytes. And they are creating acid like one thing if they are competing. Quite acidic. Spring water, quite often there's a lot of bottled waters just straight out of the tap. Then Fiji water, you can see, is slightly alkaline. And then the Kangen 9.5 water is up in the good alkaline range. Now what I want to show you also is if I pour a bit of strong alkaline water in these, you just watch what happens. Oh, Gatorade doesn't do anything. So these ones became a lot more alkaline when we added the alkaline water to it. So if we drank that water after drinking this, we'd be alkalising ourselves. But these ones would take a lot of tap water to turn them blue. And so if we use these ones to hydrate ourselves after sports, after running, we're going to remain very acidic. We're not helping our body at all. And yeah, it makes a lot of difference if we're alkaline. Most disease doesn't live in an alkaline state, it lives in an acid state. And so that's one reason why water for health, when it's a bit more alkaline, it just helps our body become more alkaline, less acidic, so less disease. Hope you found this interesting. I'm going to do other tests on it in the future as well, probably next week and the week after, just to point out the benefits of having a good filtration water system, because water, we're 90% water when we're born. There's lots of dehydration throughout our life. We die often around 60%. So we're probably chronically dehydrating ourselves most of our lives. And I find that I can drink this water a lot easier. I get up in the morning and I drink 900 ml of this water straight down, and it goes down easily. And I'll do that 3 times a day, about 20 minutes before each meal. Then my stomach's empty. After about 20 minutes, that water's gone into the bloodstream, hydrating me well, and it's not causing any problems with acidity. Thank you. Hope you've enjoyed this, and see you next week.